Hey guys, Kenny here. I'm here to review the 2005 remake King Kong. This is a remake of the 1933 movie of the same name, King Kong. What I have here is the 2-disc special edition. I love this cover. This is directed by Peter Jackson. This stars Naomi Watts, Jack Black, Adrian Brody, Thomas Kretschmann, Colin Hanks, Jimmy Bell, Andy Serkis, and I think there's some more people that are in here. Evan Park, Lobo Chan, Kyle Chandler, John Sumner, Craig Hall, Jed Brophy. I think that's it. So I really do like watching this movie. The basic plot is about this group of filmmakers and actors. They are riding along on the ocean on this boat, and they go to this like some non-existent island that is an island that's supposed to not exist, and that's when they find King Kong. And the girl played by Naomi Watts, her character is Ann Darrow, and once that happens, that's when all the filmmakers and actors have to go and try and save her from King Kong. The one that really tries to make the effort of trying to save her is Jack Driscoll, played by Adrian Brody. The director of this supposed film movie is Carl Denham, played by Jack Black. And Jack Driscoll is the scriptwriter of it. He falls in love with Anne, and along the way of trying to save Anne from King Kong, that group of filmmakers and actors run into all kinds of wild adventures, like running away from a herd of brontosauruses. They're trying to escape from this canyon that has a bunch of bugs in it. Along with trying to get away from the herd of brontosauruses, I think raptors are also chasing after them. So there's a very good scene. And then when there's Anne also is trying to hide from these two Tyrannosaurus Rexes, and King Kong tries to save her from them, and the fight that happens between the three of them is beautiful. I love how that came out. So eventually the group of filmmakers, actors save Anne from King Kong, and King Kong is put to sleep by the sleeping dust or something. They shoot, or they throw these bottles of chloroform at him, and that makes him fall asleep, and they take him to New York. That's when Carl Denham unveils him to the public, and King Kong escapes. He tries to find Ann Darrow, then he obviously finds her, and Jack Driscoll is trying to save Anne from King Kong, and King Kong climbs up the not Eiffel Tower, the Chrysler Building, I think it is. No, Empire State Building. In New York City. Then these fighter planes shoot at King Kong and he falls to the street. And that's when Jack is able to get to Anne and get her down from the building. So if you haven't already, I would highly appreciate it if you would subscribe over here if you're watching the video by itself, or subscribe down here if you're watching the video on my channel. The special effects, animation, and visual effects is beautiful in this. Andy Serkis did an incredible job playing King Kong, and I think this won Best Visual Effects. And when it did win Best Visual Effects, the person that accepted the award was Andy Serkis. Fantastic send-off for this particular movie. The music is another great addition to this by James Newton Howard. The creatures, miniatures, visual effects were by Weta Workshop, who did the Lord of the Rings trilogy. They also worked on the 2 Chronicles of Narnia movies. So I highly recommend this if any of you haven't seen this. I love watching this so much. My brother doesn't, because he thought it was too long and they could have been cut down, and that bug scene could have been taken out completely. It just seemed too long and boring to him, so he hates this. But me in particular, I love watching this. This particular DVD has an introduction by Peter Jackson, the post-production diaries, Skull Island, A Natural History, and King Kong's New York, 1933. That's where it talks about New York City during the Depression in the 1930s. The talks about vaudeville, the skyscraper boom, the construction of the Empire State Building. So I really do love watching King Kong. I highly recommend this. So it goes through a little bit of vaudeville near the beginning, where Ann Darrow is one of the actresses in vaudeville. Then one day when she goes in to try and do a day of work at the theater, a lot of the actors, if not most of them, are outside of the theater shouting because there are these guys that are closing the theater, and that's when it's being closed down for good, because the owner of it is moving on to bigger and better things, so he closed the theater. So Anne is trying to look for another acting opportunity, so she sees this kind of up and coming new, I guess, theater director, but she's really at a loss, and that's when Carl Denham meets up with her, and then that's when all the people are on the ship going to that mysterious island. I really do enjoy watching this. It holds a special place in my heart, because this was one of my most anticipated movies of that year. That was also the same year when I got this particular Mac. So this was a very important movie to me, and it delivered, in my opinion, on everything: the story, the visual effects, the fighting, some of the action, not very much, but the action. The acting was also very good. So I don't know if there's anything else I have to say about this movie. So Peter Jackson, good job. So stay cool and roll out to the movies.